In part one of this teaching series on the gospel, we discovered a very important truth, and that truth is Jesus is God and Jesus is the creator of all things. In part two, we're going to look closely at God's first creation, focusing specifically on God's first man and first woman. When God created the heavens and the earth, everything He created, after He created it, He said, "It is good." It wasn't until the sixth day of creation, after God created man, that He actually said something was not good. What He said was not good was for man to be alone. So God created Adam, and He put Adam to sleep, and He took one of Adam's ribs, and He formed from that rib, He formed the first woman named Eve, and He brought Eve to Adam, and He told them to be fruitful and multiply, to fill the earth and to subdue it. From the beginning, God created things with the ability to reproduce. Over and over throughout the creation story, you hear the phrase, "after their own kind." An apple reproduces more apples. Dogs reproduce more dogs. One of the major parts of the creation story is that creation was meant to reproduce. When God commanded the man and the woman, He commanded them to multiply, fill the earth, and subdue it. This brings up a divisive and polarizing issue in our nation and society today, the issues of gender and sexuality. The reason this is a polarizing issue is there will never be a consensus in full favor of same-sex relationships as long as there are people who believe in God's original intent and design for sexuality as it is expressed through His creation and through His Word. For this reason, we take our stand on the side of God's original intent and design for sexuality, and we believe that that original intent and design was for sexuality to be expressed between one man and one woman. In the beginning, through the creation story, we learn that God created two genders, male and female. And we believe that in order to fulfill God's commands to man and woman, especially the first man and woman, to multiply, fill the earth, and subdue it, the only way for that to be possible is for sexuality to be expressed between one man and one woman. There are many ways for sexual pleasure to be experienced, but the goal of sexuality is not pleasure alone, but there's an original intent and design that our Creator gave it, and that is reproduction. And that can only be expressed through one man and one woman.
The joy of the Lord is my strength.